You're watching Cartoon Campaign 2000 Election Day coverage. Coming up next, the second and first place finishers, only on Cartoon Network. This is a Cartoon Campaign 2000 Election Day update. Now from Cartoon Campaign headquarters in Washington, here's Bruce Taylor.
Good evening. Well, this is it. The moment we all, and especially you at home, have been waiting for all these past months and weeks. And certainly the moment countless workers, supporters, and volunteers from around the country have spent many sleepless nights and endless days working and preparing for. You, as a nation, have spoken. You've made your choice. And once again, we, as a free network, can name one cartoon to the highest slot in the land, and do so peaceably and without threat of hostility, for the most part. Now it gives me great honor to give you these results. Finishing at number 2, the Powerpuff Girls, meaning our top cartoon is Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo has won the election. I repeat, Scooby-Doo has won the election. Obviously, an incredible win for the ghost-busting gang. A campaign pundits figured would be hurt by Velma's decision to run on her own. But once again, those meddling kids proved there are no odds or skeletons they can't beat. Let's watch them now.
I just got off the phone with Scooby-Doo. And I told him, like we've been saying all along, we're going to turn the White House into a doghouse. You can take that to the
This is also a huge disappointment for Bugs, the rascally rabbit who appeared to be the front runner until the smell of cigar scandal hit the day of the election. And the Powerpuff Girls, who only after a year on the network made an incredible run at the number 1 slot. Let's watch them now.
This is a Cartoon Campaign 2000 Election Day update. Now from Cartoon Campaign headquarters in Washington, here's Bruce Taylor.
Now let's go to Ollie and Paul to get their reaction to the Scooby-Doo win.
Good evening, Bruce. Well, we're here with some real surprises, Paul. Powerpuff Girls finishing second in this 50-character race. A big surprise, I think, to a lot of people. But it does tell me something. The fact that they finished second, the country just was not ready for a woman or women running the country when they're under the age of 8 years of age.
Well, I think those are two different things. I think they might be ready for a woman, but when you're only 8 and under, let's face it, a lot of crises occur after their bedtime. And people are going to be worried that the girls, while they're wonderful, they're not going to be around when the real battles occur.
And the fact that the mayor split the vote, I think, drove them down to second place. But it's a tribute to them that they did as well as they did, given the fact that no one wrote any decent ads for them the entire campagn.
Well, plus we couldn't really figure out what Chemical X was, but we knew that we didn't like it. So I think they had a strong finish. But, you know, it's maybe next year.
You know, the real surprise in all of this, Paul, is the outcome of number 1, Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
The dog of the day.
Well, and Paul...
Scooby pulls it off. He has got it, and people want it.
But, you know, Paul, and you have to share this with our viewers, because for the life of me, here's a dog that campaigned on, what was his basic line? I hear you, I care about you, and I want to come to your house for lunch. That's his campaign slogan, Paul? I mean, give me a break.
Oh, that's why he's the Teflon dog, is that people, they attacked him, but he never said anything they could use against him. He never said anything that turned voters off. You know what? He's just a darn nice dog. You kind of want to scratch his belly. Yeah, well, and people like that in Scooby.
But Paul, when all you say are things like that, and over here, I mean, wouldn't you think people would say, that's not the dog for me?
Well, see, he had two other things going for him I think you don't give him credit for. First, he had a team around him. He had Fred, he had Daphne, he had Shaggy. Now, Velma was sometimes with him, sometimes not. She went off on her own.
Campaign.
Well, but the second thing, don't forget, he had that mystery machine, a babe magnet, and I think that helped him with the women's vote.
The women's vote and the kids' vote. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, because Scooby is definitely, I mean, he's the dog we all wish that we had.
Well, Bruce, we have to give our congratulations to Scooby-Dooby-Doo. That's it from here. I'm Ollie North.
And I'm Paul Begala.
This is a Cartoon Campaign 2000 Election Day update. Now from Cartoon Campaign headquarters in Washington, here's Bruce Taylor.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, we'll be hearing from the winning candidate, Scooby-Doo himself. What you're seeing right now is Scooby's motorcade traveling towards Hanna-Barbera Center for his acceptance speech. One Fred has told us will be a highly articulate message of love and message of thanks to those countless thousands of voters and supporters who have seen fit to place him in the highest office of the land. Ollie, Paul, your thoughts on the proceedings?
Well, our number one question is, why do they keep passing the same scenery over and over again?
Yeah, look at that. That's a nice car.
Well, why aren't they riding in the Mystery Machine? 1 hour into the win, and they're already dancing with the one who didn't bring them.
Yeah, I don't get that. That car looks like a perfectly nice limousine that we're watching them ride in. But if it was me, if I was riding with old Scooby, we'd be in the Mystery Machine.
This is obviously an incredible victory for Scooby and the campaign workers who have given more than just time to this campaign. They've given their hearts and souls to this most fetching canine. We now see them making their way through the crowd, moving towards the podium. The crowd is reaching for them. They want to touch them, touch the dog. Let us now listen to Scooby as he addresses the nation for the first time as the #1 dog in the country.
Thank you. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Well, we're here because you enrolled it. For a nation that wants to be rice. For a nation that wants to rap. And for a nation that wants 7 lunch breaks a day. Well, Scooby-Doo is working. Everyone is invited to the picnic, but I'll bring the double Rudge pickle pie. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Well, the nation has heard Scooby speak. He said something about the nation and hearing something yummy. Then he said some other things I'm sure that those who voted for him understand much better than I. We're going to go away now and show you why one irrepressible gang of meddling kids named Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy, and a dog named Scooby have left a paw print on the heart of this nation.
This is a Cartoon Campaign 2000 Election Day update. Now from Cartoon Campaign headquarters in Washington, here's Bruce Taylor.
Ollie, Paul, your thoughts on the proceedings?
Bruce, thanks. As we wrap up our commentary here on Equal Time, Ollie, I'm struck that 8 of the top 20 finishers were Cartoon Network originals. And most surprising, really shocking, the Powerpuff Girls, after only 1 year on the network, they swing out and beat Bugs Bunny, one of the great legends of cartoon history.
Bugs Bunny could have had this election, Paul. It was his. It was his. And if it weren't for the scandal with the smell of cigars, he'd have won it hands down.
It wasn't a scandal. He had the support of Bob Dole, a war hero and a veteran United States senator. He had the support of Kurt Warner, the great football player. He should have been able to win this, but too many people were attacking him, and it was unfair to a good Bunny.
Just pointed out exactly what he did. But here is the good news. And the good news for everybody out there, the pundits were predicting a big anti-dog vote, and it didn't materialize. The dogs did have their day, Paul.
Well, in fact, Scooby-Doo, of course, wins it all.
Right.
But let's not forget Augie Doggie. Comes out of nowhere to finish in the top 20.
Let me
Not
make
a
it.
bad fit.